Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox fan coming to you from Al Red Sox fan YouTube channel, and we're going to bring you a little action PC hockey. We're going to bring that back up on the channel, and our matchup tonight, late night hockey, the 1969 Boston Bruins led by Bobby Orr will take on the 1983 Edmonton Oilers led by Wayne Gretzky, the Great One, though that's a title given to him. Bobby Orr is the Great One, and we shall see in this best of 7 Legends Stanley Cup. This is game 1, and we're going to play this out. We might not finish the whole game tonight, as I had a late start. I was enjoying a race, NASCAR race, on after further review with, I believe it's Steve Towers. It was a lot of fun, a lot of people in the chat. I had Red, White, and Blue Racing, I believe. Also, Anthony, Anthony, also from Bleacher Bums Gaming, has, I think, 3 races up now on his channel using that. It's actually a fun board game. Anyway, got a late start. I felt like playing some hockey. And we have Max Cornelius at rink side. He was at ringside the other day. And he'll be giving us his opinion on this Legend Stanley Cup matchup. So without any further ado, it is the 1969 Boston Bruins led by number 4 Bobby Orr against Wayne Gretzky and the 83 Edmonton Oilers. Game 1, best of 7. Here we go. I'll be playing as the Boston Bruins. The computer will be playing as the Edmonton Oilers. And the first thing I want to do, I'm not going to pop the screen up, but I went into the strategy screen. And I think we're going to play offensively. Balance is balanced offense. Higher point emphasis. Outside shots. We have Phil Esposito. I want to get the puck down low. Cycle low. Plays are more likely to begin behind the net. Forwards in the middle and inside position are more likely to be open. Point opportunities less likely to be available. That's what we're going to start with. Cycle low to try to get the puck to Esposito in front of the net. Forechecking. We're going to go 2 forecheckers, slightly aggressive. Penalty kill, we're going to keep it at what the computer has it, the default. Defensive zone, average depth. Tighter point. Allow slightly more inside mid-level range shots, fewer point. Don't like that. Slightly more point shots and fewer inside mid-range. Collapse to the net. I think that's what we'll play. A little more collapse to the net. And even strength. Average aggression. Slightly higher opponent shooting percentage. Slightly higher opponent shooting percentage. Higher potential of turnovers. Even strength. We're going to play that average aggressiveness because we're going to have 2 forecheckers in the offensive zone. You know what? Slightly higher aggression. That's what we're gonna try to rough up Wayne Gretzky. Let's save that. If it doesn't work, we can always get out of that. That's about it for my strategy. I'm not the guru of hockey. And over here, if you're new to it, we can play balanced, safe, aggressive, clear, and that's how we'll proceed when we have the puck. So on the ice for the Boston Bruins of 1969, the front line of Hodge, Esposito, and Busick. The defensemen are Ari and the legendary number 4 Bobby Orr. In net, Jerry Cheevers. For the 1983 Edmonton Oilers, front line Lindsman, Gretzky, and Curry. Defensemen Coffey and Huddy. And here we go, first period of action. Here's the face-off between Gretzky and Esposito. Bruins win it. Esposito has it. In their own zone, the Bruins. Hodges carries it over into the Edmonton zone to Esposito. Over to Busick. Pass to Orr. We can either shoot with Bobby Orr, penetrate, pass or clear. Inside to outside, we're going to shoot with Bobby Orr. He's going to wind up and take a slap shot. He's going to shoot. Hodges in front of the net, battling with Coffey. Oh! Deflected, but Fuhrer with the save. Nice save by Grant Fuhrer. I forgot to mention him. And Orr recovers the puck. And they work it back around. Now back to Orr. Out on the point, and Orr's going to take another shot. He's wide left of Fuhrer. Puck behind the net. Edmonton has control. Huddy has it. Up ice they come. They work it to Linsman. Linsman's going to take a shot. Ari's trying to close the distance. Cheevers in net. Save! Jerry Cheevers. Will he hold on to it? He makes the glove save. He holds on to it. Face off in the Bruins zone to the upper right of Jerry Cheevers. It'll be Sanderson and Mark Messier to do battle in the face-off zone. And we're going to play aggressive. Here's the puck drop. They battle for it. The Bruins win it. The puck goes towards the net. Stanfield has it. Up ice they come. Over to McKenzie. Cross the line. McKenzie delivers to Sanderson. Sanderson back to Stanfield. Stanfield's going to take the shot. Hughes is trying to close on him. McKenzie trying to block on Fuhrer. And Fuhrer makes the save and freezes the puck as they were trying to get some traffic in front of Fuhrer, but he makes the save. Face-off will be in the Edmonton zone. To the upper portion of the screen, it'll be Mark Messier and Carlton. Again, we're going to play aggressive. We're the 69 Boston Bruins. The battle for the face-off won by the Oilers. Anderson has it. We'll work it around, and they'll come up ice. Dallas Smith provides the pressure. And the puck is turned over in the Bruins zone. Up ice come the Bruins. Marcotte to Carlton to Dallas Smith. Dallas Smith winds up to take the slap shot. Westfall trying to screen. Fuhrer low battling. Here's the shot by Smith. And Fuhrer makes the kick save. Puck is loose. Who will get it? And Edmonton loses it at center ice. Smith has it for the Bruins. We're going to play skate and pass in. Westfield takes it over the line. It's a 3-on-3 rush. Gives it to Carlton. Over to Dallas Smith. He's winding up for a slap shot. Again, Hughes and Carlton now battling in front of the net in front of Grant Fuhrer. Smith puts it on net. Fuhrer makes another magnificent save for the Oilers. Puck is loose. Oilers have it. Anderson up ice come the Oilers. It gets past the neutral zone. And now the Bruins take control. McKenzie has control of the puck. He's going to try to skate it in. Over to Stanfield, to Sanderson. Sanderson sends it back to McKenzie. Back to Orr. Orr with a quick wrist shot. Sanderson crashing the net. And deflected away by the defenseman for the Oilers. And Edmonton has control, and up ice they come. It's Hunter, Coffey, McLennan, and offside. There's a little pushing and shoving between McKenzie and Hunter. But cooler's heads prevailed. No penalties called. 16:30 to go in the first period. The faceoff will be just outside the Bruins zone. And it'll be Wayne Gretzky and Phil Esposito to go at it. We're going to play that aggressive. They drop the puck. Espo and Gretzky go at it. Esposito wins it. It's to Busick. Up ice come the Bruins. They bring it over the line. Delayed penalty will be on the Oilers. Delayed penalty will be on the Oilers. The puck is moved from Esposito to Hodges. Hodges will take the shot. He doesn't have a really clear sight line as Greg and Linsman are in front of Fuhrer. Here's the shot. Linsman blocks it. Who will get to the puck? There's a mad dash. And there's the whistle. As Gretzky is going off for the penalty. 2 minutes interference. The Bruins will be on the power play. The power play will be McKenzie, Esposito, and Busick. Doak, and Smith. The penalty kill for the Oilers, Hunter, Coffey, Gregg, and Curry. We will continue the power play here. In the chat, we have Herb Pilgrim, Clinton Parks, and Max Cornelius. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Herb Pilgrim says, hey, Al, Max, listen on the side. I was, if you can believe it, a Bruins fan. Of course you're a Bruins fan. Bobby Orr. Who doesn't love Bobby Orr? If you don't love Bobby Orr, there's something wrong with you, even if you're not a Bruins fan. Nicest person in sports, Bobby Orr. Hands down. The nicest person in sports. Number 4, Bobby Orr. All right, they dropped the puck. The Bruins will be on the penalty. Esposito penalty play. Power play, Esposito wins the faceoff, goes towards McKenzie. Bruins control it in the Edmonton zone. They work it around to Doak. Doak has it. He'll take a slap shot. Hunter trying to close in. Oh, slap shot gets through. Fuhrer with the save. Coffey chasing after the puck. Will try to clear the zone. And can he? And they do clear the zone. So Busick regroups in the Bruins zone, and the power play will continue. Up ice come the 69 Bruins. They work it past neutral into the Edmonton zone. Esposito has it. McKenzie trying to crash the net. Doak and Smith on the outside. Busick to the right of Esposito. And we're going to try a wraparound with Phil Esposito. Esposito comes around, and Fuhrer stones him. Puck is loose in front of the net. What a save by Grant Fuhrer. There's a battle for it. Lowe gets to it, tries to chip it out. And now Smith has the puck. He keeps it in. Good job by Smith. 49% to get a good shot off here. We have McKenzie in the middle with 3 stars. That's a pretty good option here. We're going to try to get the puck to McKenzie. McKenzie backs off a bit. They work the puck to McKenzie. Esposito in front of the net. McKenzie, can Esposito chip it in? No! The puck goes wide of Fuhrer. Again, they battle behind the net. And the Bruins maintain possession. On the ice now for the Bruins, Hodge, Westphal, Sanderson, Orr, and Stanfield. It's a giveaway. The Bruins give the puck away as Edmonton now clears the zone. Westphal has it. 36 seconds left in the power play. Up ice come the Bruins. Bobby Orr has it. Orr will take the shot from the outside. Lowe tries to close in. Sanderson trying to crash the net. Foglin trying to block off Sanderson. Here's the shot on Fuhrer by Bobby Orr. He shoots! Deflected. Sanderson can't poke it in. The puck is loose in front of the net. There's a battle for it. Sanderson has control. 6 seconds left on the power play. Sanderson behind the net. Best option. Stanfield in the middle. We have Hodges too, but Hodges does not have any stars. Orr is a 1 star. It's going to be very difficult to get him. So we're going to try to get it to Stanfield's on the outs. We're going to try to get to Stanfield, the left winger. Stanfield has it. Quick shot by Stanfield. Fuhrer saves off his pad. Penalty is over. Full strength for both teams as Gretzky's back on ice. And here come the Edmonton Oilers. On ice for the Oilers, Lindsman, Gretzky, Curry, Chartrut, and Gregg. For the Bruins, Sanderson, Stanfield, Doak, Ari, and Hodges. And here they come. Up ice come the Edmonton Oilers, flying up ice. Curry dumps it in the near corner. Gretzky recovers it to Curry. Sends it to Gretzky. And it's poked away, mishandled. Good job by the Bruins as they're playing quite aggressively. Ari now has the puck in the Bruins zone. And they're going to come out very aggressive on the counterattack. Sanderson moves it to Stanfield. Stanfield takes it over the line. Passes it to Sanderson. Back to Stanfield. Lindsman, open ice hit. Penalty called on Lindsman for slashing. Another penalty on the 83 Edmonton Oilers. The Bruins have to take advantage of this. 13:38 here in the first period. Game 1, best of 7 Legends Stanley Cup. The 83 Oilers versus the 69 Bruins. Gretzky versus Orr. What everyone's always wanted to see. Who is the greatest? The power play will be McKenzie, Esposito, and Busick, Westfall, and Orr for the Boston Bruins. For the Edmonton Oilers, the penalty kill, Coffey, Hunter, Chartra, and Anderson. Grant Fuhr has been outstanding so far in net, as the Bruins have peppered him, but have not put anything past. And they drop the puck. And here's the power. Esposito and Hunter battle for it. Hunter flips it back towards Coffey, who will get to it. Edmonton clears the zone all the way down. Cheevers goes out to gets it and flips it to Bobby Orr. And back up ice comes Bobby Orr and the Boston Bruins. Busick, Esposito in the corner. Busick recovers it, passes it back out to Bobby Orr. Esposito in front of the net. Orr will take the shot. He shoots. Fuhrer makes the save. Puck is loose. Chara's going for it. Busick's going for it. Who will get it? Coffey gets it in the corner and tries to poke it out. But now it goes back to Chara. And he flips it out of the zone all the way down in the Bruins zone. 1:22 to play. 1:22 left in the power play. Busick has it. Up ice they come. The Boston Bruins. Orr, Busick, Cheevers, Westfall, McKenzie. They cross the ice. Bobby Orr has it. Back and forth he goes. Orr looking for Busick in the middle. He'll put the pass to Busick. Busick has it. We'll try to take the quick shot. Huddy trying to close the distance. Fuhrer stones. Busick point blank range. Esposito goes for the puck. Will he get it? Pokes it back to Busick. 58 seconds left on the power play. Busick has it. He'll try a wraparound. Charge the net! It's in! Goal! Busick pokes it past Fuhrer! 1-0 Bruins! As Busick pokes it past Grant Fuhrer as he charged the net and pops it in. The back of 1-0 69 Bruins. Let's check that replay out. They don't give us a video replay. That stinks. No video play in 2017 Action PC Hockey. Hopefully 2018 version will give us a video replay. So 1-0 Bruins with 12:24 to play in the first period. Let's hide that. Let's go to this. So Busick gets the goal on the wraparound as he attacks the net very aggressively. And there'll be no assists. And here we go. On ice for the Bruins, Cashman, Lorenz, Bailey, the front line. The defensemen are Dallas Smith and Rick Smith. For the Edmonton Oilers, the front line, Linsman, Gretzky, Curry, Coffey, and Huddy. They are down 1, and we will play balanced. They drop the puck. Lorenz loses the face-off to Gretzky. The puck is poked towards Curry of the Edmonton Oilers. They set up their offense and now put the charge on. And the puck is lost in the Bruins zone. And Cashman is going to go off for 2 minutes for holding. And the Bruins fans here at the Garden are none too happy with that ticky-tack call. So as soon as the Bruins go up, once again, Wayne Gretzky and the Oilers get what many people feel in the Garden here and on TV, if you're a Bruins fan, a ticky-tack holding call. So now the Bruins will be on the penalty kill and Edmonton will be on the power play. For Edmonton, it will be Anderson, Gretzky, Curry, Coffey, and Huddy. The penalty kill for the Bruins, Stanfield, Sanderson, Rick Smith, and Dallas Smith. And we're going to play clear on the penalty kill. And the Bruins win the faceoff. Puck goes dangerously close to the net. Cheevers pokes it away. And the Bruins send it clear down the zone, into the Edmonton zone, down ice. 1:52 to play in the penalty. And up ice come the Edmonton Oilers. Gretzky brings it over the line, passes it to Huddy. Huddy has a good look in. Rick Smith trying to close on him. Curry in front of Cheevers, in front of the net. Here's the shot. Cheevers! Save! Puck is loose. Curry battles for it. Curry has it. Point blank range. And he missed. Puck is wide of Cheevers. Gretzky has control of it. Still in the Bruins zone. Gretzky working it around. Gets it to Anderson. Anderson in front. Curry trying to screen Cheevers. Anderson puts a shot on. Cheevers with the save, and he covers it up. And there's the whistle. And there's a pushing and shoving by Rick Smith. And an Oiler. Order is restored, though. A minute 23 left on the power play. With 11:33 left in the first period, the 69 Bruins won, the 83 Edmonton Oilers nothing. On the ice for the power play for Edmonton, Lindsman, Messier, Hughes, Lowe, and Gregg. The penalty kill for the Bruins, Lorenz, Doak, Marcotte, and Dallas Smith. Let's go to the chat quick. D. Scott Howard's joined us. How are you, my friend? Max Cornelius says, goal! Herb Pilgrim, still a fan of Bobby. Of course you gotta be a fan of Bobby. As Clinton Parks says, go get Jocko, hit somebody. Everyone's saying hi to D. Scott. Thank you for joining us. All right, here's the face-off in the Bruins zone. Edmonton's on the power play. We're going to play clear. We're playing as the Bruins. Here's the puck drop. And once again, the Oilers win it. Messier wins it, poked back towards Hughes. They set up the offense. Messier in possession to Lindsman, to Hughes. Hughes is going to take the shot. Messier again trying to screen Cheevers. Smith coming over to try to move Messier from out in front of the net. Here's a shot by Hughes. Cheevers, kick save towards Smith. The puck is still loose. Marcotte and Hughes battling for it. Marcotte wins it. And he will attempt to flip it out as he punches it towards Doak. Doak will flip it out for the clear. And they send it all the way down into the Edmonton zone. Under a minute in the penalty to Cashman for holding. Coffey has it, and up ice come the Edmonton Oilers, trailing by 1 with 11:04 to play in the period. And here come the Oilers, flying through the neutral zone. Putzer crosses it into the zone to Coffey. Lawrence with a huge hit! How do you like that, Mr. Coffey? Put some sugar on that, son. And they clear it down into the Edmonton zone. Hunter has it now. And up ice come the Oilers. What a big hit Lorenz put on Coffey. He'll think twice before going near him. Hunter takes it over the line, slides it to Huddy. Cashman back on ice. Coffey controls it. Another big hit. Stanfield puts him into the boards. Welcome to Boston, fellas. And Cashman comes away with the puck. And here comes the aggressive counterattack by the Bruins. Full strength for both teams. Hodges with the puck. And Hughes slides it on the boards and loses it, though. Edmonton has possession. Up ice comes Edmonton. They're in the neutral zone. Fogelin has it for the Oilers. Gretzky to Curry. Curry's going to take the shot. Busick trying to close on him. Gretzky in front of the net. Ari trying to push him away. There's a shot. Stoned by Cheevers. He couldn't control the rebound, though. The puck is loose, and now he frees it. And now Ari and Lindsman are going at it. And again, no penalties, though. Pushing and shoving. It almost came to some blows there. So with 9:18 to play in the first period, 1-0 Bruins. On ice for Edmonton of 1983, Lindsman, Gretzky, Curry, Lowe, and Fogelin. For the 69 Bruins, Smith, Stanfield, Rick Smith, Sanderson, and McKenzie. And we're going to play balanced as we're dropping the puck in our own zone going against. So it's Gretzky and Sanderson battling for the faceoff. And Gretzky wins it. Puck poked towards Lindsman. They work it around. Curry has control of it, delivers it to Gretzky. Gretzky to Fogelin. Fogelin puts a slap shot. He has a clear sight line. And Cheevers makes the glove save, freezes the puck. And there's the whistle. It'll be a face-off once again, the Bruins zone. And for the Oilers, it's Anderson, Messier, Hughes, Gregg, and Chartra. For the Boston Bruins, Doak, Esposito, Hodge, Ari, and Busick. And we have Esposito versus Messier. We're going to go aggressive. We like this. Phil's going to win this. And they battle for it. Esposito wins the faceoff. Puck goes towards Hodges. Back to Esposito. Over to Busick. To Ari. Over ice they go. They are now in the Oiler zone. Ari has it. And he's going to take a quick shot on Fuhrer. Fuhrer kick save. Rebound goes towards Greg of the Oilers. It's a loose puck. There's a battle for it. Esposito, Chartrut, and Chartrut has possession of it. And up ice come the Oilers as they approach the neutral zone, trying to get in the Boston zone. Lindstrom wins the battle of the loose puck. Semenko over to Gretzky. Gretzky crashing towards the net. Esposito trying to push him from behind. Gretzky wide with his shot. Good job by Phil Esposito putting some pressure from him behind. Ari has the puck and sends it out of the zone. Edmonton recovers it at the red line. Fogelin now has it. And they'll try to work it back in to the Bruins zone. 8:14 to go here in a hard-hitting, exciting first period of hockey. Game 1, best of 7, Legends Stanley Cup. Nowhere to go. Gretzky now recovers it in the corner over to Lowe. Lowe's going to take the shot. Two defensemen closing off the angle. Rick Smith and Dallas Smith. Lowe shoots. It's blocked by one of the Smiths. Dallas Smith with the block. Bruins have possession. Line change pending. Sanderson with the puck. Up ice they go, and there's the line change. And McKenzie has it. And McKenzie inside is a 7 outside. He's going to try to drive it towards the net as Lindstrom's trying to hold him off. McKenzie drives for the net on Fuhrer. Fuhrer makes the save and holds on to it as McKenzie deked Lindsman. But Grant Fuhrer with an excellent glove save. 7:25 to play in the first period. 1-0 Bruins. Game 1, best of 7. Face-off in the Oilers zone. It'll be Hunter and Lorentz for the Bruins. You also have Cashman, Bailey, Rick Smith, and Dallas Smith for the Oilers. Pozar, Fogelin, McClelland, and Lowe. We're going to play aggressive. We have the puck in their zone for the face-off. They drop the puck. Here's the battle between Hunter and Lorenz. And the Bruins win it. Cashman has possession. Behind the net, back and forth he goes. Lowe tries to close ground on him. And we're going to look for Rick Smith on the outside. Smith has it. He's going to put the shot on. Poser coming to close, cutting the angle off. He shoots, and Poser gets a piece of it. And it goes in! Oh, Poser! What a shot by Rick Smith! 2-0 Bruins. As Rick Smith let it rip, and it just deflected off Poser, and that little deflection went shoulder high past Grant Fuhrer into the net. So Rick Smith will get the goal, and the assists go to Cashman and Lorenz, and an unofficial assist goes to Poser, as he could not block it, but he deflected it enough to go over the shoulder of Grant Fuhrer. 2-0 Boston Bruins with 7:07 to play in the first period. Let's quickly go to the chat. We have Bob Franklin. Hello, Bob. How are you? Hope all is well. As Bob says, Oilers putting a lot of pressure on. Ken Castro has also joined us. Clinton Park says, shh, don't tell Al I was a fan of Cheevers. I like Jerry Cheevers. He used to put the fake stitches. I don't know if you can see. I don't know. Can you see that? He used to put the fake stitches on his face mask, where every time supposedly got hit in the face, they put the fake little stitches on. One of my friends, when we played street hockey, he had a white mask, and he took black marker, and he put fake stitches all over it, like Jerry Cheevers. Alrighty, so thank you very much for everyone joining us here, as Brian the Builder's joined us. Brian the Builder! How the heck are you, my friend? Brian's excellent. Brian's a big Game of Thrones fan, and also Timeout for Trivia. Not Timeout for Trivia. Citadel of Trivia. Timeout for Trivia was a sports trivia game on FNN Score, which no one knows about, because I'm old. So, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Let's watch the final 7:07 of the first period. The Bruins now up 2-0. On ice for the Edmonton Oilers, who have been not winning the physical battle, that's for sure. The Bruins have roughed up the Oilers, unlike when the Bruins played them in the 80s and wouldn't touch Gretzky. We got the big bad Bruins, though. So, Anderson, Messier, and Hughes, Greg, and Chartlaw are the 5 on the ice for the Oilers. For the Boston Bruins, Westfall, Charlton, Marcotte, Ari, and Doak. And we're going to play aggressive. They drop the puck at center ice. They battle for it. Poke back towards the Bruins zone. The Bruins should get to it first. There's a race for it. Marcotte gets a big hit by Greg. And Marcotte goes to the ice. Hughes has it over to Messier with control. They have it in the Bruins zone. Back out to Anderson. And Anderson will take a shot. A lot of defenders in front. Hughes trying to block off Cheevers. Marcotte pushing back on him. Here's the shot. And somehow the puck does not get through, shockingly. And blocked by Marcotte, who pokes it to Doak. Doak has it. And they clear it down. It will be icing. A lot of pressure the Oilers were putting on the Bruins, as Bob Franklin has noticed that in the chat. A lot of pressure by the Oilers. 6:16 to play in the first period. Face-off will be in the Bruins zone between Gretzky and Charlton. On ice for Edmonton, Lindsman, Gretzky, Curry, Lowe, Fogelin. For the Boston Bruins, Westfall, Charlton, Rick Smith, Dallas Smith, and Marcotte. We will play balanced. As they drop the puck, it'll be Charlton and Gretzky battling for it. And Charlton wins the faceoff. Puck goes back towards Westfall. Can he control it? He has it. He flips it out of the zone. And again, icing is called. But they wave it off. They wave it off. The linesman says play on. So Lowe will bring it up ice for the Oilers. As he approaches the neutral zone, 2 new players come on the ice. Curry has possession, slides it to Huddy. Coffey gives it away. Nice poke check. Marcotte passes to Charlton. Over to Bobby Orr. Orr has it. 60% of getting a good shot off. Oh, we're taking a shot. It's Bobby Orr. Score number 4, Bobby Orr. Orr takes the shot. Here, kick save towards Coffey. Westfall. They both battle for the puck. Lindsman now has control, and he flips it out to the neutral zone. Boston takes possession and quickly comes back into the Edmonton zone. Penalty, a delayed penalty on the Oilers. Sanderson has the puck. He's going to take the shot. Gretzky trying to close on him. Sanderson point blank. Fuhrer saves it and covers up. And there's the whistle. And Chartrot will be called 2 minutes for tripping. 5:04 left in the first period. Another power play opportunity for the Bruins. That is 3 power play opportunities to the 1 of the Oilers. The Bruins have been playing very physical. And here's a tremendous matchup in the face-off. Messier versus Esposito. And on ice for the Bruins in this power play, you have McKenzie along with Esposito, Busick, Westfall, and Bobby Orr. On the penalty kill for the Oilers, Coffey, Messier, Greg, and Hughes. As Chartrart in the penalty box, 2 minutes for tripping. Here's the drop of the puck. We're going to play the power play. And Esposito wins it. Puck goes back out to Bobby Orr. I wish this pitcher would go down. Busick to Orr to Westfall. And I want this pitcher to go down. There we go. Westfall has it. We can either shoot. On the outside, he's a 4. Inside, he's a 4. He's got a clear vision. Or could be crashing the net. We're going to shoot. Coffey closing in as Westfall moves a little to his right. And now Esposito crashing the net. Here's the shot. Esposito tries to poke it back. Fuhrer. But the puck gets away. Coffey has it. Over to Greg. Trying to clear the zone. And he does. All the way down the ice it goes. 1:36 left on the power play. Bobby Orr with it. And up ice comes Bobby Orr and the Bruins with a 2-0 lead. Busick delivers it to Esposito in the Edmonton zone. Now over to Westfall. Westfall has it. 50% chance of getting a decent shot off. We can click pass. Not really giving us any options. I like to shoot. Westfall will take the shot. Gretzky tries to close in. Busick in front of Fuhrer. Can he tip it in? No, the shot by Westfall is wide. There'll be a battle behind the net. And now again the Bruins have possession. They work it to Westfall. Westfall to the top of the ice of the blue line. This time we will try to work it to Esposito in the middle. On the power. Oh, big hit on Westfall before he can get the pass to Esposito. What a hit by Curry. Curry has possession. And he flips it down. All the way it slides down the ice in the Bruins zone. 51 seconds left on the power play. 3:55 left in the first period. 2-0. The 69 Bruins over the 83 Edmonton Oilers. Westfall with possession. Up ice come the Bruins. It's Westfall, Orr, Busick, Esposito, McKenzie against Curry, Fogelin, Lowe, and Gretzky. They get into the Edmonton zone. They work it around. Busick to Esposito. Esposito will take the shot. Actually, he'll penetrate. 9 out of 10. Esposito will rush the net. Hughes trying to hang on to him. Esposito backhands. Fuhrer with the save. Puck is loose. Greg has it for the Oilers. And he'll attempt to clear it. And again, he bangs it off the board. And down ice it goes. 13 seconds left on the power play for tripping on Chara. Sanderson has it. One last charge by the Bruins. Up ice they come. They play it into open space. Hodges to Stanfield. Passes it to Hodges. Hodges to shoot high from the point. Oh, blocked by either Coffey or Huddy. Huddy gets the block. And Doak has control. We are at full strength for both teams. Doak has it. Stanfield's in the middle with 2 stars. 68% chance of getting a quality shot off. Doak will take the shot as he moves it to the right wing. Hodge in front of the net, battling with Coffey. Here's the shot by Doak. Hodge tries to tip it in. Save by Fuhrer. Nice save by Grant Fuhrer. He freezes the puck. There will be a face-off with 2:54 to go in the first period. The 1969 Bruins 2, the 1983 Edmonton Oilers nothing. Game 1, best of 7, the Legends Stanley Cup. Let's go to the chat real quick. As Bleacher Bums Gaming has joined us. Hello, Bleacher Bums Gaming. How are you? Hope all is well. Check out that wonderful channel, as well as Clinton Parks and Max Cornelius. They have wonderful channels. Herb Pilgrim's here. Ken Castro. Bob Franklin. And my screen is froze, so I can't move up and down with the chat. And we had Brad the Builder. All right, here's the face-off. Even strength. On ice for the 69 Bruins, Cashman, Lorenz, Bailey, Rick Smith, and Dallas Smith. For the 83 Oilers, Posar, Lowe, Hunter, Fogelin, and McClellan. Hunter and Lorenz will battle, and we're going to play aggressive up 2-0, and the face-off being dropped in the Edmonton zone. So Lorenz and Hunter will do battle. Here's the drop of the puck, and Hunter wins the face-off, and the puck goes dangerously close back towards the Edmonton net, but McClellan takes it and moves it up the line over to Lowe. Big hit by Cashman. Welcome to the Boston zone, Mr. Lowe. How does the ice taste? And now Smith has it, Dallas Smith, and here comes the counterattack by the Boston Bruins. Up ice they come quickly. Tightly checked by Fogelin. Passes to open ice, and a penalty will be called on Lowe, as this really rough play by the Bruins is getting under the Edmonton Oilers' skin, as Edmonton tries to retaliate with chippiness. And all they're retaliating with is themselves with penalties. Drop the gloves, sons. Drop the gloves. Take on the big bad Bruins. All right, so Lowe's in the penalty box for holding. The power play for the Bruins will be Hodge, Sanderson, Doak, and Dallas Smith. The penalty kill for the Oilers, Chotrud, Anderson, Coffey, and Lindstrom. Anderson and Sanderson will battle for the face-off, and Sanderson, you know him, he could party hardy, but he's ready to play. Here they go, drop the puck. Derek Sanderson, Anderson, and Derek Sanderson wins the face-off. Puck goes towards Hodge. They move it around. Hodge has the puck to Sanderson, to Stanfield. Stanfield's going to wind up and take the shot from the wing. It gets through. Fuhrer with the kick save. Puck is loose in front of the net. There's a battle for it. Sanderson gathers up the puck. Again, the Bruins out physicaling. Physicaling? Is that a word? Out physical. I don't know. Being more physical. We'll go with that. Then the Oilers. Sanderson has the puck behind the net. We have options here, and we're going to look for Hodges in the middle. The pass gets through. Hodges moves it to the upper portion of the wing. Chartrot trying to close on him. Hodge will take the shot. Blocked by Chartrot. Puck is loose. Can Doak get to it for the Bruins? He cannot. Edmonton has possession. They'll try to poke it out. And they send it down into the Bruins zone. Cheevers plays it and moves it over to Dallas Smith. And up ice Once again come the Boston Bruins with 1:51 left in the period, 1:32 left on the power play to Lowe. 2-0 lead for the Bruins. Game 1, best of 7, Legends Stanley Cup. Stanfield, Sanderson to Stanfield. Up ice they come. They cross into the Edmonton zone. Sanderson has it. He's going to put the shot on. Fuhrer, save, puck is loose. There's a battle for it. Again, the physical play of the Bruins, and Hodge takes control. So they maintain it on the power play. Hodge has it. Really no good options here. We're going to go with the wraparound. 87% are getting off a good shot. Here's the wraparound by Hodge. And he puts it past Fuhrer! Between his legs! 3-0 Bruins! Bam, 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 bam. That's really, I think that was really the Hartford Whalers thing, but I like that one. 3-0 Bruins as Hodges scores on the power play. Assists will go to Sanderson and Stansfield. It's now Bruins in total command here, winning the goals, winning the power plays, winning the loose pucks, and winning the physicalityness of this game. The Oilers are turtling right now, as they have finally faced a real hockey team, unlike the Bruins of the mid to late 80s who turtled against them in 2 Stanley Cups. 1:24 to play. On ice for the Oilers, Hunter, Poser, McClellan, Lowe, and Fogelin. Fogelin looks like he's going to puke. Cashman, Lorentz, and Bailey up front for the Bruins. Ari and Doak, the defensemen. And we're going to play balance as they drop the puck. The battle will be between Hunter and Lorenz. And Lorenz wins it. The puck is poked towards Bailey on the left side. Lorenz gains the zone. And he moves it to Cashman. Cashman's going to wind up and take a shot. And it gets through the defenseman, but Fuhrer with the kick save. Bouncing loose puck. Lowe and Bailey battle for it. Lowe wins it. Edmonton coming up ice. Trying to put in a goal before the end. Oh, a huge hit by Bailey, sending an Edmonton Oiler to the ice. Ari takes possession of the puck. And here comes the counter-attacking Boston Bruins. Bailey to Lorenz, to Ari, on ice. Cashman, Ari, Lorenz, Orr, and Bailey. Ari's going to take the shot. He shoots wide of Fuhrer. Coffey will try to chase it down behind the net. And he does. He works it over to Huddy. And there's 33 seconds left in the first period. Let's see what Edmonton will do with their final charge. And they send it over to Hughes, and they clear the zone. And icing is called, as Edmonton, all they want to do is get out of this period. They have been beaten, pummeled, and beaten some more. It's 3-0 Boston with 16 seconds left in the first period. On ice for the 1969 Stanley Cup winning Boston Bruins, Hodge, Esposito, Busick, Ari, and Orr. On ice for the 1983 Stanley Cup winning Edmonton Oilers, Messier, Anderson, Chartrot, Hughes, and Gregg. Esposito always goes aggressive, my friends. We don't care if it's Mark Messier. We don't care if it's Pope John Paul. We don't care. If it's Pope Francis, we go aggressive. It's Phil Esposito. They battle for the puck. Esposito wins it over to Hodges. 16 seconds left. Orr has it to Hodge. To Busick. Busick. 5 seconds left. Busick takes the shot. Gets through. Fuhrer. Kick save. And that should be the buzzer. They battle for the puck, waiting for the buzzer. And there's the buzzer. And Orr and Chara going at it as Orr smacks him. And now order is restored. Hughes comes over. Esposito would knock the crap out of him if they went at it. So after one period of hockey, the 1969 Bruins 3, the Edmonton Oilers nothing. As Chartrek got a little aggressive with Bobby Orr, and Bobby Orr just went right at him. Wrong person to pick on, son. Bobby Orr could fight. They tried that when he was young. He wrecked a couple of guys, and the fighting stopped. Plus, they also had their own personal enforcer to protect Bobby Orr. Not that he needed it. And Esposito and Hughes got a little chippy. Alrighty, so after one period of play, it's 11:42. We'll call it a stream, because I have to go to work tomorrow, or I would play on. Oh, maybe we'll play another period. I don't know. Alright, How long is this stream so far? 45 minutes. Not bad. Not bad. Shots on net. The Bruins 24. Or shots. Bruins 24. Edmonton 6. Total domination. Scoring chances. Even though Edmonton only had 6 shots, 4 of them were good scoring opportunities. None got past Jerry Cheevers, though. And of the 6 good scoring chances for the 69 Bruins, 3 got past Grant Fuhrer. And it's 3-0 Boston. Block shots, 3 for Edmonton. 2 for the Bruins. Power plays, Edmonton was 0 for 1. The Bruins were 2 for 4. And I think because it is 11:43 and I have to get up early tomorrow, we're going to call it a stream. So, Ken Castro saying shenanigans going on here. Brass Bonanza Whalers. Yeah, I love that though. Bum, 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 bum. I'm gonna use it for the 69 Bruins. That was awesome. That was the best theme song after a goal ever for the Hartford. Bum, 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 bum. So thank you to Bleacher Bums Gaming. Remember to check out that wonderful channel. Thank you to Ken Castro and D. Scott Howard. And of course, this stupid thing is, I'm gonna have to go to the computer. Bear with me. Second screen froze up. So thank you to Bleacher Bums Gaming. We're gonna come back tomorrow. We'll play the second period, and then what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Thursday we'll play the final period. I think that's the way we're going to do it. And in between that, we'll throw a baseball game on or something. I also have a fight coming up. I don't know when we're going to do that, though. I think it's going to be Michael Moorer and Louis Firpo, or possibly Jimmy Young and Ingemar Johansson. So we're trying to mix up the sports on the channel. I think I was going baseball heavy too much, and the views weren't there. And hats off to the freaky game we had yesterday, you know, the glitch game. I've got over 200 views for that, so thank you for the glitch. We had a lot of fun with that, and that was fun. So once again, thank you to D. Scott Howard, Clinton Parks, Bleacher Bums Gaming. Check out Clinton Parks' channel, National Pastime 3 on there. Bleacher Bums Gaming with Anthony. He's got a ton of stuff, and the new race car game's absolutely outstanding that he does. Ken Castro, Herb Pilgrim, thank you, gentlemen. Brian the Builder, thank you very much. As Bran the Builder, big Game of Thrones fan. And check out Citadel for trivia. And Bran's actually a good singer. He doesn't think so, but he has a few videos on his channel. He's a good singer and guitar player. If you're still there, my friend. And I think Bob Franklin has joined us. Thank you very much, Bob. Bob was very astute in watching. Said Oilers were putting a lot of pressure on, and the Bruins smacked the poop out of them. But he was right. The Oilers, for a short period, put a lot of pressure on the Bruins. I think we got everybody. I want to keep playing, but what's going to happen is that I'm going to be dead tired tomorrow. So I'm going to go with... Ooh, Bleacher Bums Gaming says... Live stream on Thursday for Glory Days Boxing Al. Sullivan-Johnson rematch. You mean Ali, right? Do you mean Ali? Anthony, do you mean Ali? Anyway, I don't care if it's John L. Sullivan and Jack Johnson. Anthony does a wonderful job. He's developing a card and dice boxing game, mostly centered around the dice Glory Days Boxing, as he put here. Check out that channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channels, Bleacher Bums Gaming, Max Cornelius, Clinton Parks, and the ones that I subscribe to, you should check them out. They're all good people, and it's fun stuff. You know, no Tide Pods are being eaten on those channels. As Bleacher Bums Gaming, Anthony says, yes, Ali. I tell you what, if you haven't seen the first fight, Ali Sullivan, I recommend it. I recommend it. It was on Sunday last week. It was fun stuff. So, 49. We'll chat a bit if you want. Did I do okay with the hockey? I picked these teams because I can pronounce most of these guys' names. Plus, it's the Bruins. You know I'm going to play the Bruins. I also have a playoff tournament going on. I do that every once in a while with my hockey. No one really... I mean, I get decent views, but no one really watches it. So I want to get back to hockey on the channel, and this got me excited. Bobby Orr versus Wayne Gretzky. Both great players. Both great teams. I just poking a little fun. Obviously, I'm a Bobby Orr fan, Bruins fan. I'm not much more of a Bruins fan because my cousin used to play for them, and they traded him to the Panthers. So I'm more of a Panthers fan now. So when the Bruins went out of the playoffs, I was like, oh, well. So, But I do like the Bruins still. I liked it better when my cousin played on the team, but he's not there anymore. He plays for the Florida Panthers. Anyhow. Bleacher Bums Gaming, Anthony says, you do great announcing. I like this. I wish they would go the animations on this. I wish it would flow like the football game or even the baseball game. I've sent email. They're very nice, Dave Koch Sports Incorporated. Again, if you're looking to get into computer sims, you should look into Dave Koch. Obviously, if you're card and dice and you want to do computer sims, you probably want to lean more towards the games with... Oh, my cousin's Frank Vertrano out of East Longmeadow, Massachusetts. Frank. Bruins didn't know how to use him. All he does is put the puck in the net. But so anyway, when he came back to play the Bruins, he scored on there. It was awesome. He took the puck away from Char and the other kid. Backhand right past the overrated goalie they have. What's his face? Well, he's so overrated, that goalie. Tuukka Rask. Tuukka Poop. Anyway, that was awesome when Frank came back up and he scored. Yeah. So I will be seeing him on 4th of July at my other cousin's 4th of July. I had two other cousins. They played, my cousins Anthony and John, who I babysitted forever. I'm more like an uncle towards them because of the age. And they played pro hockey in Europe for over 10 years. You know, they bounced around Europe. They loved it. They loved it. No, that's his cousin Barry Almeida, my other cousin. He played for BC. Frank played for UMass for a little while. Then he went to Providence and just scored a gazillion goals. They had to bring him up. And he scored his first goal against the Canadiens in Montreal. It was cool because his dad was there. His uncle was there. My mom, when she was alive, was so happy. She went in the room with the big TV, because this was the room we stayed in most of the time because of her health issues. And she watched the whole hockey game. She was so happy he scored. It was awesome. It was awesome. So, nice family. Not because he's my cousin, but they're really nice people. He scored his first goal against the hated Canadiens. I think they end up losing, though, but he scored. Yeah. Yeah, it is, Anthony. My other two cousins, like I said, John and Anthony, they played in Italy, they played in France, they played in England, they played all over the place. It's funny, they have like A, B, C divisions, or Division 1, Division 2, they actually got paid more to play in the Division 2 than they did in the first divisions. I remember my cousin John was telling me, and they coach the Springfield Picks. They coach the Picks now. I think they coach the 18-year-old kids, 16 to 18, I think. So, best players to interview, bar none, Ken Castro says. Hockey players. Yeah, they're pretty nice. I like boxers. I met a lot of boxers because I used to go to a lot of boxing functions and fights. I met Michael Moore. I was telling Anthony in a chat on the after further review with Steve, and he had a race game up, which was really enjoyable to listen to. I was trying to set up my boxing game. Then I looked at the time, and I said, oh, I want to kind of do a hockey game. So, but, yeah, I met a lot of boxers. I mean, I don't know them personally. I mean, they were nice to talk to. Michael Moore, I was able to spend about 15, 20 minutes with. I met Emmanuel Stewart, his trainer, and God rest his soul, he passed away with a kidney disease or liver disease. I can't remember. Very nice guy. Ken Castro, great amateur team, the Picks. Yep. They are a good amateur team. The Picks are a good team. And again, they have different tier levels for age. I don't know. I want to say it's the like 17-year-olds up to 17-year-olds. So I don't know if I think that's the oldest Picks team. I'm not sure. And then there's in West Springfield, they play really good quality summer league hockey, where my cousins will play. Even Frank goes to play there. And when I used to go watch them play, it's a men's league, and they're sponsored by like bars and restaurant. Those guys take that stuff serious. The guys who own these little summer league teams. Who's bringing up a guy from the East Coast Hockey League? It was nuts. And my cousin John goes, that guy plays in the what the hell is it called? ECHL, whatever, the East Coast Hockey League. And he goes, yeah, they bring him up for 5 games so he can play in the playoffs. These restaurants and bars that sponsor these teams in the summer, it's like they want to win that championship so bad. But it's fun. It's good hockey. I haven't been able to watch in a couple of years because of my mom and stuff, but I'm hoping to go back when they play again. It's pretty fun. Al, are you related to the Hanson brothers? No, but my cousin Anthony, who has hockey teeth, he played in the AHL briefly, and he also played out west somewhere. But then he went back to Europe because he got paid more money. You go where the money is, my friends. So, yeah. Anyway, it's kind of cool. I always enjoyed watching him play hockey. Again, I'm not the hockey. I'm far from the hockey expert. So, I had a couple of relatives who were good athletes. I mean, they're good athletes. They played pro. Frank plays NHL. They played in Europe. Barry was really good. He had an unfortunate injury to his eye one summer. Barry was really good. He played at BC, and he was on the national championship team. And he basically played with one eye. And they're really cool at BC because he thought they were going to take his scholarship away when he got injured, but they didn't. So that was nice. And he played. He basically plays with one eye. He played. I don't know if he's still in the AHL. He played. Barry played a little bit in the AHL, and I think he moved to a different minor league. So Anthony from Bleacher Bums give hockey is great to watch live. TV doesn't do it justice. No, you're right. You're right. And again, I don't watch it. I watch when my cousin plays. High def helps it out a bit. High def helps out. I love watching golf in high def. It's absolutely wonderful. You can see the grass and everything. The years he played at BC, oh God, it's got to be at least, how many years ago was that? His name's Barry Almeida. It's got to be at least, God, he's in his mid-20s. God, see, I'm getting old, and I forget how old everyone else is now. 6 years ago, maybe? Yeah, that family's unbelievable. He's cousins with Frank, and my other 2 cousins, they're not related to them, but all the families know each other and stuff. And I'm telling you, they have that men's league in West Springfield, Massachusetts. They got a bomb squad. All those teams are really good. But I mean, you have my 2 cousins, my 4 cousins. You know, and then the other guys are all good players. Frank played with them when he was like 14 in the men's league, and they had 2 guys who were basically enforcers. When Frank was on the ice, if anyone touched him, they were gonna get the bejesus beaten out of them. So, I'm telling you, it was really good hockey. So. And it's just like a summer league, but they're sponsored by like bars or restaurants, and they take that stuff serious. Like I said, the people who quote unquote own the summer league team, sponsor them, they want to win the cup game at all costs. I forgot what team, and they lost the team that would bring the guys up from the ECL, and you had to play like 5 games or something to be eligible for the playoffs. And so they bring these wherever, and they paid these guys. They paid these guys to come up. Where everyone else was just like playing to get, you're just playing for fun. I mean, you get like free meals and stuff. I don't know. But this other, oh God, what was the restaurant that sponsored? I can't remember. But they paid 5 guys. I'm not saying they paid them a lot, but it was pretty funny. Who were the European players? My cousin Anthony and John. They played in Europe. Anthony was a defenseman. Johnny was a forward centerman. Really good players. They didn't catch a break. You have to catch a break. I had another cousin, tremendous baseball player, and he had to always lie about his age because when he was younger, he was scheduled to play in the Cape Cod League, and it's a real prestigious league here in Massachusetts. A lot of good players come out of it. And then, it's who you know. He's supposed to go there. My uncle's driving him down, and as they're right about to leave, they get the call, oh yeah, your slot's been taken by somebody else. Because you have to be sponsored with a job or something. And he didn't go. So, tremendous athlete. He played double-A ball forever. Then he bounced around. He met Carlton Fisk. When I say AA ball, it was independent leagues with there. He played briefly, I want to say, in the White. It had to be the White Sox because he met Carlton Fisk. He had pictures with him and stuff in spring training years ago. I'm talking years ago. But he said Fisk was a nice guy. It's kind of cool when some of the people you like are nice. So that's why I was happy when I met boxers, the ones I liked, and they were nice. I mean, Archie Moore was great. Joe Frazier was the best. Loved Joe Frazier, Archie Moore. Michael Moore was really nice. Emmanuel Stewart, unbelievable guy, God rest his soul. Wonderful. Vito Anafirmo. They were all nice. Everyone was nice. I met Muhammad Ali. I didn't like the people around him. They were not nice. So, oh well. I can't say about him. You know, he was not feeling well, so that's too bad. It was kind of neat to meet him. Again, disappointing with the people around him. So, it's too bad. All the other boxers, outstanding. Great, great guys. George Chuvalo was wicked funny. Ken Castro. Andy Etchenbarren. He was a catcher for the Orioles, right, Ken? I'm just happy, like, when I met the boxers, because I'm a big boxing fan, that they were all nice. I mean, I can't say Ali wasn't nice. It was the people around him, I mean, which made it an unpleasant experience. And then they made it a little more formal. I used to go to these Rocky Marciano fundraisers for school scholarships. And they made it formal where before you just mingled with the boxers. And because I knew, like, Michael Moore was still a light heavyweight. And he was stepping up to become a cruiserweight. And no one really knew who he was. And I got to talk to him, like I said, 15, 20 minutes. And it was just, like, great. And Emmanuel Stewart, absolutely wonderful. I met Floyd Patterson, Vito Anafirmo, Joe Frazier, Chuvalo, Willie Pep. Pep just waved a lot. Plus he was an older gentleman at the time. They're all older. Who else was there? Archie Moore was fun. Just a lot of fighters. I'm trying to think. Then I met Marlon Starlin at the Springfield Civic Center. When there was a championship fight there between Simon Brown and Luis Santana. Yeah, I think it was Luis Santana. John Scully was a local fighter, pretty good fighter out of Connecticut. Bleacher Bums Gaming. Vito could take a beating. Yes, he could. Yes, he could. Oh my, Anthony, the scars on his face. You know, you're a boxing fan. You know, like you said, he took you know how he cut easy and stuff. Oh my Lord, his face was full of scars. Wicked funny. Yeah, Sandy Sadler and Willie Pep. Some of the dirtiest fights you will ever see, ever, in the history of boxing. Sandy Sadler, great fighter. Great fighter. Trying to think who else. I met a lot of nice fighters. I met a lot of local fighters from the Springfield, Mass area and the Connecticut area. Troy Wortham. Guys you probably won't heard, but Troy Wortham was real nice. Junior middleweight contender. Anthony says, yeah, from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Yeah, he cut like tissue paper, yeah. Carlos Monzon. It's funny. Carlos Monzon would never fight him. And you think Monzon would have beat him easy, but he never wanted to fight him. I could see why you wanted to avoid Hagler. You shouldn't have. Hagler would have beat the bejesus out of Carlos Monzon. I used to get in discussions with my brother's father-in-law, God rest his soul. He was a big boxing guy. He had fighters. He had managed fighters. I don't know. Anthony, you might know. Anthony might know. You remember a fighter named Mike DeJohn? Heavyweight, early 60s? I think he lost to Chuvalo. Him and my uncle and somebody else, they all had they were part of his boxing crew. Mike DeJohn. Capital D-E, capital J-O-H-N. Mike DeJohn. He wasn't from the area. No, Vito, Vito, Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming says, well, he went 15-round draw with Hagler. Hagler probably beat him. I mean, I like both fighters. I was a big Vito fan. But you know what? Vito gave him the opportunity. It ain't his fault the judges probably got it wrong. You know? And Hagler remembered that, and he gave him after Hagler beat Minter. Vito Antuofermo beat Minter the first time. I've watched that fight over and over again. For God's sakes, he dropped Minter in the last, I think it was the 15th round. He knocked him down. I was like, that cemented the victory, right? And he lost his title, and he beat Minter. Now, the second fight, the rematch in England, Minter cut him up. I think he TKO'd him. I'm almost positive he TKO'd him with cuts. Yeah, Vito had a really, really, really good chin. Yeah, Hagler won the fight. I mean, it was close, but what happened in that fight, they gave every close round to Vito Antuofermo. And he fought well, don't get me wrong. People want to always denigrate Vito. Vito Antuofermo was a better fighter than people thought. Now, he had to fight a certain way because that's the way he had to fight. He had to put pressure. Imagine this. Very little punching power. Physically, a very strong human being, a la like a Gene Fullmer, but not a big puncher. Now, think of that. You have short arms. You do have some boxing ability, but you have to fight a pressure fight with very little punching power. And into the breach, Vito went time in and time again. That's why his fights could get ugly, because he had to make them into these roughhouse brawls. But there was some beauty to it, and there's a lot of skill. You know how he'd work his hand free on the opposite side of the ref so he could hit the guy, with one hand holding him. There's technique to it. Anthony from Future Bumps Game was talking about DeJohn, big puncher. Not exactly. Mike DeJohn, my uncle told me, could punch like a mule. He also liked to party a bit. Didn't really care for training, but he could. He was a top 10 heavyweight in, I forgot what year. I don't remember what year, but he was a top 10 heavyweight. You could actually, I think there's a fight on YouTube with Mike DeJohn with somebody. When they used to have like the Tuesday night fights, Wednesday. It wasn't a Friday night. I don't think it was a Gillette Friday. Whatever. But he was on. There's some fights on YouTube. I've seen some, or highlights. My dad knew. You're not gonna know this guy. Joe Baskey, who was a heavyweight contender. Troy Dorsey. Yep, Troy Dorsey. Troy Dorsey was a featherweight. They screwed him the first time he fought Jorge Paez. He beat Paez, and they didn't give him the decision. And that's a good example. But Troy Dorsey was also a kickboxer, and he fought like he would just literally come forward, and he'd go ha 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 ha, like he was relentless. Vito had a little more, slightly more side. Well, they both fought the same. Vito probably was a little more. He might have looked physically stronger because he was a middleweight and Dorsey was a featherweight. That's a good example. Excellent example, Anthony. But yeah, so I met a lot of nice boxers. It was cool. So I enjoyed their talking to them and stuff. I met Dave Collins. He was there one time. He's a basketball player. Celtics. Big Red. I'm trying to think who else I met. But I guess my point is, it's kind of cool when you meet people and you kind of like them and they turn out to be really nice people, or at least they come off as nice. Obviously, I don't know them personally, but they were nice. As Anthony says, yeah, stayed in the pocket. Yep, he beat Jorge Paez. Watch, that fight's on YouTube somewhere. He beat Jorge Paez. He beat him. I mean, again, boxing is the three blind mice. Dave Taberi beat what was it? James Toney. Middleweight went all the way up to heavyweight. Is it James Toney? Oh my God! Yeah, James Toney, I think. Oh, Vinny Pazienza. Yeah, he does. He lives in Rhode Island, where Ken Castro's from. I was never a big Vinny Paz fan. I mean, he was a good fighter. As Ken says, yep, close to me, Anthony. I never met him, but I don't know. I rooted for Roberto Duran twice when he fought him. Ken Castro covered many of his fights back in the day. He used to pack the Providence Civic Center. Yeah, he was. His first fight with Haugen, actually the 3 fights with Haugen. First fight with Haugen he won. People said it was, but he beat him. Second fight, Haugen beat him. And the third fight was a 10-rounder. And he definitely beat Haugen the third fight, easy. Love Paz's bouts with Haugen's were, yeah, good TV fights. That's where people go wrong. Why? And I'm going to leave soon because even though I enjoy chatting, I always say that and I stand. Here's the problem with boxing. Floyd Mayweather, excellent fighter. One of the greatest. He's so good, his fights are boring. His best fight, I'm telling you, the Conor McGregor fight, at least it was exciting, it was fun, they built it up, it was good for the sport, in my opinion. When you got to put action fighters on TV, you have to put it. And in no fault of Mayweather, he was just so good. You know, you couldn't touch him. But you got to put action fighters on TV. You know, and the ethnic thing works in boxing. I know no one wants to talk about it. The ethnic thing works. And people like the ethnic rivalries in boxing. Nothing wrong with it as long as it's in the ring. You know, it stays in the ring. You know, I think boxing has made a comeback. Good fight coming up. Horn and Crawford on ESPN, I believe, or ESPN app. So it might be an online type of fight. You can watch free online. That's going to be a good fight. Crawford should win it. But Horn's a tough guy from Australia. If he gets on the inside and roughs him up, you never know. But I think Crawford should take that fight. What's Blazing in Sports with T-Dubs put up a video today on that. It was really good. I watched it. Greg Haugen, the Mutt. That is correct, D-Scott. I remember when he beat Hector Camacho the first fight, and he just baited Camacho into everything. Camacho, good fighter, highly overrated. Highly overrated. I'm sorry he passed away the way he did. Anthony says Crawford's going to smoke him. He should. Horn's got to make it ugly. Horn's got to make it ugly. Bleacher Anthony says it's gonna be yeah. If Crawford stays on the outside and rat-a-tats him, I agree. I think Crawford should beat him. If Horn gets on the inside and just makes it ugly, could be an interesting fight. Ken Castro, really, I covered his early pro fights because he was the coverage area for a small paper I worked. He's out west right now, Anthony. Yep, Seattle. Are we talking about Greg Haugen still? Yeah, he was from Washington State. He used to fight tough man contests. He's a good fighter. I remember he won the title against Jimmy Paul on Showtime. Showtime put on a lot of good fights. Anthony says Crawford TKO 7th or the 8th. I'm thinking the same thing. I think he cuts him up. D. Scott Howard. Haugen is from Seattle suburbs. Got a lot of coverage around here. Yeah, good fighters. Very smart, cute. Worked the angles well. First time I saw him, he was on ESPN. He was fighting a guy named Calvin something, and the Rebel, because he used to wear like Rebel trunk, you know, like the Rebel flag, the Southern flag on his trunks. And Haugen, I think he knocked him out. He just chopped him up and knocked him out. Good fighter. Good fighter. I always wanted to see Ray Mancini and Sean O'Grady fight because they hated each other. And they're Irish against an Italian, so that would have made a ton of money. They never could ink it. O'Grady would talk a lot. He didn't ink it. And I like Sean O'Grady, but talked a lot. He didn't put the pen, paper. But I do like Sean O'Grady. I met him, very nice guy. I wanted to ask him why he never fought, because they were doing the fight at the Civic Center. It was USA. It was Sean O'Grady and Albert's brother. What the heck was Albert? Not Marv Albert. The other. Well, they used to do the fights on USA. He was actually, and O'Grady's very nice. He turned pro at 15. He was burnt out by his mid-20s. So, but it would have been interesting if him and Mancini fought. They would have made good money in the day. Good money. See, a lot of those guys, if they fought now, they would have made a ton of money. Ton. They were action fighters. And they had an audience that followed them, like Triple G and Canelo, that fight. Oh yeah, That fight, I looked forward to it. I bought the fight. And I'm going to be honest with you, the fight stunk. They were too cautious. Canelo, it was not a good fight. You're expecting this epic fight between two great champions. It was not good. Not good for boxing. And then they call it a draw, which I did a little show. I was doing the live, my audio thing where I do my radio call for a real fight. And I said, it's going to be a draw. And it was. Because they wanted to work a second fight in. I thought, I forgot, I called it a draw, but I think I said I thought Triple G had won it close. Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Mancini Bogner was a grudge match that was never made. That would have packed. Oh, absolutely. They hated each other. Kenny Bang Bang Bogner and Ray Boom Boom Mancini. That fight, they tried to make it, and the promoter, God, it had to be Cedric Kushner, because he wanted to put the fight in South Africa. And then Mancini's people, they were going to take it because there's going to be a lot of money, right? And then they balked at it because it was in South Africa, and they didn't take the fight. They didn't want to go to South Africa to fight. And I think that's the closest it came. But that would have been, that would have packed Madison Square Garden. I remember reading that story and the only reason why I say it might have been Cedric Kushner, because he was from South Africa. He was a boxing promoter. I remember they tried to make that fight for South Africa. And originally Mancini and his people were like, yeah, we'll take it because there's going to be buku cash. And then they didn't want it. So Danny Little Red Lopez, great fighter. Salvador Sanchez was outstanding. I think he died, 24 years old, car crash. He put his sports car under a truck in Mexico. He could fight, Salvador Sanchez. Holy cow, he was beautiful. I saw, when I was a kid, I saw a lot of him. He was on TV. It seemed like all the time. He could fight. Oh, God, he could fight. And he had that weird curly hair. Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Love Little Red from Utah. He was a hero there. Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. He always went down he was a tough guy. Sanchez was absolutely wonderful. Anthony had Triple G by Chu. I think I had Triple G winning too, but I remembered going, they're going to call it a draw. They want to get a second fight. I mean, that's nonsense. Boone Kirkman. He fought George Foreman. I think, did Foreman take him out in 2? He was a Caucasian fighter from Seattle, I believe, right? D. Scott Howard. In the Pacific Northwest. Oh, D. Scott Howard brings him up. Okay, because I was reading Anthony's thing. And D. Scott said before Anthony, Pacific Northwest, he had 2 workman heavyweights, Boone Kirkman and Ibar Arrington. Boone was one of the 4 that Foreman fought one night that was in Toronto, I think, right? But I think he actually fought Boone Kirkman before that. I think he fought Boone Kirkman like for real. I know you're right. He was one of the 4, but if we look that up, he fought Boone Kirkman. I think it was at Madison Square Garden. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. And hopefully this stupid thing doesn't play an ad. Bear with me a moment. I gotta go box rec. Box rec. George Foreman. Record. Do not play an ad. Boone Kirkman. I want to say he fought Boone Kirkman at Madison Square Garden. Boone Kirkman. November 18th, 1970, Madison Square Garden. It was a TKO. I want to say it was 2 rounds. TKO at 41 seconds of the second round. Actually, and they have a nice picture here in 75, and he nailed Foreman with a good hook in 75 when he fought those 4 guys. That's a nice picture. Kirkman really nailed with a good shot there. And that fight, the Kirkman-Foreman fight at the Garden, was on the Bob. No, was it? Madison Square Garden showed the heavyweight champion Joe Frazier's title defense against Bob Foster on closed circuit. Okay, so you had a live fight and they gave you a closed circuit fight. And then, and this is what D. Scott Howard brought up, on April 26, 1975, Foreman boxed 5 3-round exhibitions against 5 boxers in Toronto. Kirkman was his last opponent. Foreman dropped him in the first, but Kirkman came back and stunned Foreman with a left hook in round 2. The exhibition went the full 3 rounds. Yeah, that's a picture where he nailed him with that left hook. Big George. So, I could talk boxing all night. Herb Pilgrim. I'm the only one here old enough to remember the tragic Benny Perrette and Emmanuel Griffith. Benny Perrette used a very derogatory term with Emmanuel Griffith. He called him a term, kept calling it, and Griffith said, "You're going to pay for that." And unfortunately, he did. And after that, Emmanuel Griffith said he never really opened up on a fighter after. D. Scott Howard. I watched that fight on Friday Night Fights with my dad, Herb. Oh. Tragic, but unfortunately, that happens sometimes, and it's horrible. I remember watching Ray Mancini and Dooku Kim on CBS Sports. I remember watching one of the Ruelas brothers fight a fighter who I'd seen fight a gazillion times, could box a bit, could fight on the inside a bit, couldn't hit to save his, couldn't punch his way out of a paper bag. And we're watching the fight. It was on an undercard fight, and they just kept letting the fight go. And I said, they should stop this fight in this corner. This kid's going to get hurt. And after the bout, the kid collapsed, and he died of a brain aneurysm. And the corner didn't stop it. The ref didn't. He was taking a sneaky beating, where you take the punishment towards the end of the round and you would survive. But he couldn't win the fight. He had no big punch. He was way down on points. Care about your fighter a bit. Actually, more than a bit. So, I'm going to have to look that up now. It was one of the Ruelas brothers. There were two There's Rafael Ruelas and Gabe. I don't remember which one. It'll take me forever to look it up. Anyhow, gents. Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Watched the doc on that a while back. Very tragic. Oh, a documentary. Yeah. And Emil Griffith was really, really upset with Benny Kid Perrette. He kept using a slur about him, saying how he wasn't like a man and stuff. And he said he was going to make him pay. He made him pay. In fact, Perrette was trapped in the corner or on the ropes, and the ref did a horrible job. Just jump in. I mean, would it have saved him? I don't know. But he took a lot of unnecessary punishment. A lot. So, anyhow. What else? Been a fun chat after a fun first period of a hockey game. So, yep. Kenny Bogner, Ray Mancini, that would have been a good one. Mancini and O'Grady would have been a good one. Barry McGuigan, Azuma Nelson, that would have been awesome. That fight never took place because Azuma Nelson and Jeff Fennick were good fights. Then the rematch, Azuma Nelson went to Australia and he wrecked them. D. Scott Howard said Parrott was hung up on the ropes. Yep. Herb Pilgrim, don't think I actually watched that one, but I did usually watch the fights with my dad and uncle. Remember those old commercials too? Yeah, they're pretty good. Pretty good. And the key with TV fights, they wanted to put action fights on because they want people to watch it. And some people want to go back and rewrite history. You're going to put people on TV, the fighters, who people are going to watch. That's boxing. It has nothing to do, everyone always, I'm not going to get into it, but you're going to put, there's a reason why certain fighters could fill up a venue. Rocky Graziano, the middleweight, Graziano, could fill a venue because he could be losing 10 out of 10, like the guy, his cousin said, he could be losing 10 out of 10, or he could be losing that last round, and bam, he hits you with the right hand, it's over. There's a reason why, in his day, I forgot after what fight, he never made less than $50,000 a fight, and that's a lot of money then. And it couldn't happen to a better person. Rocky Graziano, when he made his first legitimate money, he filled up his Cadillac with toys because it was near Christmas. He went down to where he used to live and he gave away all these toys. And his manager said, "What are you doing? What are you doing? You're going to lose all your money this way." He goes, "I came from nothing. I know what it's like to have nothing." There's a big difference. That's why I always liked Rocky Graziano. And Jake LaMotta was a great fighter. Didn't really like him because of his personality. They grow up the same way. One guy becomes a pretty nice, good guy, a nice guy, and the other guy just was not a nice guy. You know, just not. I mean, he at the end, hopefully, he was better than a human being than he was before. But you know, Bleacher Bums gave me Anthony. Of course, the 3 best rounds. Oh, Hagler Hearns round 1. I'll tell you a funny story about that. The only way you could see that was either be there live or go to closed circuit. There was no pay-per-view then. Pay-per-view came on about a year later, where you could order a fight and watch it on cable, right? And me and my brother were going to go to the Civic Center and watch the closed circuit. But then my brother had to get up early for work. And let's just say a wager was made on the fight. And again, FNN Score was a channel out of California. And it was business during the day, like, you know, stock market stuff. And at 6 o'clock at night, it turned to sports. And they had a ton of boxing on there. But they used to have a ticker that ran across the bottom. And that's how we... So in the... I think it was the 3rd round, after a tremendous first round, right? Of them just battering each other. Hagler gets cut. And they go, the doctor's looking at it, and we're like, oh my God, we just lost money. And then Hagler knocks him out. And we're like, yes! Hagler was the best. Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Brockton. Grew up in Philly. Is it Philly he came from? He was born somewhere else, then he moved to Brockton. It slips my mind now. Great fighter. Hagler is the best. Love him. Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran, yeah. Good fights there. The first one, epic. Epic. Duran, beautiful fighter. He got into Sugar Ray's head the first fight. Then Sugar Ray got into his head the second fight. The third fight was awful years later. I watched it. D. Scott Howard, Rocky and Jake, 2 of the great boxing. Rocky, if you're talking about Rocky Graziano, somebody up there likes me with Paul Newman playing him. And it's just, if you watch his biography on ESPN, again, people say, oh, he's overrated, blah, blah. I'm talking about Rocky. Listen, he got knocked out by 2 guys. Tony Zale and Sugar Ray Robinson. That's it. The only 2 times. Think of all the great fighters he fought. And again, they'll say, oh, this and that. Whatever. There are people who still think he didn't knock down Sugar Ray Robinson. I've watched it a million times. He hit him on the side of the head and Robinson went down. Or side of the back, like right here. Because he threw the winging overhand right. Robinson, with Kurt Gowdy and the way they were, it was a TV show, the way it was, the way they were, or something like that. They asked him point blank, was it a knockdown? He goes, yeah, he caught me on the side of the head. I went down. Well, and Robinson knocked him out because Robinson's a great fighter. You know? But, so, I mean, I don't know why people can't look at things objectively. I can sit there and say, yeah, he knocked him down, and then, yeah, Robinson knocked him out. I mean, I don't understand that. I don't. You know. So, I mean, there's no film footage of Rocky Graziano's greatest win. There's a grainy film footage on YouTube of him beating Tony Zale the second fight. But those were wars. I mean, those first 2 fights. Just go look up the still shots and his eyes swollen. I mean, they actually cut his eye in the second fight. You know, in the Rocky movie where he goes, "Cut me, Mick." That comes from, and it's happened to other fighters too. But Rocky Graziano, his trainer, and his cut man, I don't know if it was Whitey Bimstein who did it, but whatever. They literally cut the eye to get the swelling down. Okay, so his eye would open up just enough so he could see, and then he knocked out Zale in the 6th. In the first fight, Zale stopped. Graziano was winning the first fight, and Graziano got hit with a hellacious body shot, and he lost. And he was winning the whole fight. I mean, they were killing each other, but Graziano was winning. Then in the second fight, it's role reversal. Zale was beating the bejesus out of him. Again, give and take, but Zale's winning the round. And he's right about to stop Graziano again. And Graziano, something clicked in him. And there's a famous thing. He has Zale pinned on the ropes, and he's just pounding away, pounding away, pounding away, pounding away, and they finally stopped the fight. So, and then in this third fight, they fought in Newark, or was it Newark, New Jersey? Because he couldn't fight in New York. He'd been stripped of his boxing license for failure to report a bribe. What he did was, well, he wasn't going to rat on anyone. He just said he was hurt. I'm not going to fight. So he didn't fight. And he figured, well, I didn't rat on anyone, and I didn't take a dive. But they stripped him of his boxing license. Probably rightfully so. You're supposed to report the bribe, but he didn't take the bribe money. Another great fighter, another great story. Carmen Basilio's battle versus the mob. If you can see that on YouTube, you watch that. How they want him to take a dive, and he would never take a dive. Never. Ever. Ever. And his own trainers and his managers had to pay extra money, unbeknownst to him, to get the championship shot, and then they screwed him out of the decision. Well, he beat Tony DeMarco from Boston fighter Tony DeMarco. Then he beat him again, 2 brutal fights. Then he fought John Saxton, and that was a mob-controlled fighter, and he won the fight, and they screwed him out of the decision. And so when they fight the rematch, they go, "What, are you worried about the judges?" He says, "No, these are my 2 judges tonight," and he knocked them out. Best line Carmen Basilio ever had. Howard Cosell is interviewing him before the first Sugar Ray Robinson fight. And he goes, Carmen, can we have a word with you, Carmen? 9 out of 10 sports writers pick you to lose. How do you feel about that? And he goes, Howard, 9 out of 10 wrong. I'll see you in the ring. He walked away from him. That was a great line. 9 out of 10 are wrong. Anyway. Yep, D. Scott Howard. Rocky Graziano was a great talk show guest in the 60s. Martha Ray loved him. He was a nice guy. I mean, he grew up a tough life. I mean, he literally was a battered child. Okay? Was a battered child. Would protect his mother and his siblings from his father, who would beat the crap out of them. Okay? And I'm not saying he stole, he did this, he did that, but when he had the opportunity to better himself, he got away from that. You know? So, I just always liked him better than Jake LaMotta. I don't know, he was a likable guy. So, anyway, Bleacher Bums Gaming Answer says, have a good night. Gonna put a Ferguson Jenkins video up, so check that out. Herb Pilgrim, Martha Ray. That's correct, Herb. So, all right, gents, it is 12:30. We had a good time. I always appreciate it. We got D. Scott, Herb, Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Check that channel out. We got Ken Castro. Before we had Max Cornelius. Lots of nice people in the chat. I know I was going to stop right after the hockey game. Then we got into boxing talk. I love talking boxing. Boxing movies. That's what Chat with Al is and stuff. But we might just do a boxing show every once in a while. Just talk boxing. I don't know. Somebody up there liked him. Yep, Rocky Graziano. He was a nice guy. He gave more. I mean, you watch the stories. He's always buying things, giving money. His wife was hilarious. His wife goes, give me the money or we're not going to have any money. You have to watch that documentary on ESPN. It's just hilarious. What's not to like about Rocky Graziano? You know, it's a genuine guy. I mean, there's a lot of things to dislike about Jake LaMotta. God rest both their souls. And at the end, he was at a Marciano dinner. He was he was a nice guy. But, you see, he did a lot of bad things. I mean, the whole, I don't know. It's the domestic stuff with his wife. It's disturbing to me, So, where Rocky Graziano just, he loved his kids. He loved his wife. I mean, his cousin was hilarious. His cousin goes, champ. Everyone call him champ, champ, champ. He was champ for 16 months. But he was champ. Don't matter how long, can't take it away from you. And he beat one of the greats of all time, Tony Zale. You know what would have been an interesting fight? And they had, again, Kirk Gowdy had this really cool show. You can find him on YouTube, The Way They Were, The Way It Was, or something like that. And they had Tony Zale on. They were just talking. Tony Zale and Sugar Ray Robinson. And Zale was going to come out of retirement to fight Sugar Ray Robinson. But he never could get he had hurt his shoulder. That's why he retired. And Tony Zale, tremendous fighter. Well, Henry Armstrong, oof. There's a really great fighter people forget about. He featherweight, lightweight, welterweight. He would have been the first 4-time champion. They screwed him out of the middleweight. He won that fight, and they screwed him out of the decision against Garcia. I want to say his name was Seferino Garcia. And Armstrong beat him. At least everything I read. So, anyhow, gents, 12:33 a.m. New England, East Coast time, United States of America. I will bid everyone a fond farewell, health and happiness. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Watch out for the big left hook, the curveball in the dirt. And as always, peace.